Still to come on KRON 4 News Weekend, Stacey Sawyer will join us with a look at today's weather. Here's a live look at the Nimitz in Oakland. And traffic moving pretty well. Stacey has the forecast and a look at traffic coming up in just a bit.
May I ask what traffic?
Oh. Yeah.
And this is a cold water rock lobster. And this is a poaching
It's a beautiful concoction of some coconut milk, a little bit of sweet coconut, and some butter.
And this is Mahler. He's the executive chef at Roy's, and he's going to tell us how to create a fabulous Hawaiian fusion dish and tell us a little about Lay Day coming up on KRON 4 News Weekend. Welcome back, KRON 4 News Weekend, and happy Lay Day. Yes, since I think it's 1928 in Hawaii, they celebrate Lay Day on May 1st, and now we're celebrating it here in the Bay Area thanks to Roy's Restaurant in San Francisco. Special deal you're doing for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, yeah. We've got a special prefix menu where we're going to be having a 4-course dinner, starting off with a pupu platter, which in Hawaii means an appetizer, and then we'll do 3 courses after that. This first course that I brought today is the pupu for tomorrow, which is the lobster tail we have poaching.
Okay, let's show folks what you're doing here. At the moment, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, let me get this off of you so that you can actually look more closely.
There we go.
So this is a lobster poaching.
Right.
And what kind of lobster is it?
It's a rock lobster. It's cold water lobster. We pretty much try to stick with cold water whenever we're doing things. The primary lobster that comes out of Hawaii is a warm water spiny lobster. The kind, oh, careful, the kind with...
It's fighting back.
The kind with no claws, and they just have a head. They're real succulent, but for this dish, we're going to do cold water.
And how do you poach a lobster? Is there a right way to do this at home for people?
Yes, start off with, you know, a regular poaching temperature, not boiling like it just was. You want to start about 180 degrees, and then just dip the lobster in there. And this is nice because butter's always great with lobster. So we start off with a little bit of butter in the sauce, and then some coconut, and then it just the lobster just sucks it up.
And how do you know when it's done?
It takes for this kind of thing. Here's grab some tongs, please.
Yeah,
for this kind of thing, it takes about 5.5 to 6 minutes. So you'll know when it's done.
Is it a timing issue or is it a touch issue?
It's timing. You'll know when it's done when there's no more translucency.
Oh, okay. Come on in.
And it starts to turn. You know,
cable cars are going by. Hello.
That must have been the winner of the competition.
Of the competition. So you can see it's still a little translucent.
A little bit.
Here.
So we got probably about 3 minutes left. It's halfway, I'd say.
Okay. Can we go ahead and start plating? We've already got some done.
So yeah, we have this lobster here, which has already been finished. So the actual dish itself, this is a special type of seaweed called wakame. And
wakame, W-A-K?
W-A-K-A-M-E. So we're going to take this wakame, and we've got some julienne red beets. We take a little bit of sesame oil, just part of the flavoring. Tiny bit of salt, obviously, to season it up. And then I've got some white and black sesame seeds. Gonna dip that in there. And a little bit of, this is just lemon oil. This is just pureed lemons and olive oil.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna take that and then mix that around. This is gonna be the base for our dish.
By the way, is this recipe in the book?
Not in the book. No. You know, I'll say that I definitely got a lot of the inspiration from Roy's books. They're unbelievable photography, unbelievable heritage and culture from Hawaii. Right. So there's you know, definitely a lot of that inspiration in our dishes at Roy's here as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a little bit of this and put it on the bottom of the plate. Just real super colorful salad.
That's a great color on the beef. Try the greens.
Yeah.
I just want to see what that tastes like.
They pretty much, you can buy them dried or you can buy them fresh.
That's a seaweed. Wow.
And it's seaweed, yeah. So it's still a little bit of saltiness, still a little bit of that oceany flavor in there, which is great.
Okay.
So then we take, this is part of the dish as well. It's a portobello katsu, K-A-T-S-U.
K-A-T-S-U.
Which in Japanese, there's a ton of katsu houses.
Which show folks the bottom of this.
Yeah. So there's no gills. I took what's called the gills out of the portobello, just with a little bit of a teaspoon, and then did a flour egg wash breadcrumb, which is panko flakes, which is a Japanese breadcrumb. So we mix that together and season the breadcrumbs up, and then you're gonna dip the portobello in there. This is obviously a half of portobello. Yeah. And then pan fried. So a little bit of olive oil. You can do vegetable oil. Pan fry the portobello, and then that's gonna be on top of the salad. In Japan, it's typically done with pork. They use a pork loin, and then they'll flour egg wash and breadcrumb the pork, and that's just. It's almost like their idea of fast food.
So they egg wash pork, and then they'll
deep fry
very
pork.
light, but you have to deep fry it pretty well. I mean, you want to make sure the pork is well cooked as opposed to
the egg kind of makes a crust on the outside and it just keeps the pork super tender.
Okay.
And
so
that's the next stage. And so on top of that, we're gonna put this. This is a crab claw. That's gonna go on top of that.
Ooh,
and then on the very top is gonna be our lobster. And so I brought a couple different sauces to go with it. This is a kabayaki sauce, which is pretty traditional. It's also called a tonkatsu, which is all real super traditional with the portobello katsu, the pork katsu. Just gonna drizzle it on top of it.
And what is the flavor on that?
The flavor, it's typically made with conger eel, a little bit of mid-in, a little bit of sake, some sugar.
Hang on a second. Our producer's going to kill me, but
I brought some spoons, Henry, if you want to.
No, don't need spoons.
All right.
Okay, so so that's got a really nice kind of soy.
It's
soy
sweet.
flavor.
It's kind of salty, and it's got a little bit of acidulation in there as well.
And then what the other?
And then this is a little bit of scallion oil. This is just scallions and a little bit of vegetable oil put together, and it's a pretty delicate flavor as well. But it's got a little bit of that oniony flavor, but not too overpowering. And then finally, this is the lemon oil as well. And I just drizzle a little bit on top. This is going to help with a lot of the acidulation that the dish needs, because you tasted the wakame. It's good by itself, but with the acid, it's going to balance itself out. And then this is a little bit of kaiwari sprouts, which is just daikon sprouts. The top of the radish just sprouts up. And then very last, we have a little bit of red tobiko, which is flying fish roll. And that's the dish for tomorrow.
That is gorgeous. So, spoons. This could be tricky.
I brought like 10 here.
Yeah, but
so
spoon is difficult. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, as I carefully dig in here.
I'm gonna stand back.
You're very wise. We're standing in front of the Fairmont Hotel here. Before, when we started talking, the sprinklers came on, so we're waiting for that to happen again. I don't know how many.
Oh, no.
Well, that was one way to cut him off.
I wanted to see what he thought about how it tasted.
Oh, we know. He likes it.
I bet he did.
It was pretty to look at.
Presentation is everything.
Oh,
it's just
gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, if you want to celebrate Lay Day at Roy's Restaurant, it's Monday, May 1st from 5 to 10 p.m. It's at 575 Mission Street in San Francisco. Here's a phone number to call, 415-777-0277. They have a lock on the 7s.
Yeah, they do. I thought it was interesting. Henry was talking about how the sprinklers had just gone on when they started talking. Then somebody cut the cable. All right, let's check in with Stacey Sawyer.
The producer.
I bet so. Yeah. You're going too long, that's it. All right, Stacey, what you got for weather?
Very nice 7-day forecast. Isabel Martin, back to you.
Okay, Stacey, thank you. Well, the producer taketh, and now the producer giveth back. We're going to go back out to Henry and see. Oh, you're wrapping things up.
He's already
didn't take
finished.
long.
Oh, sorry, guys. We lost power here. It was kind of funny. We mentioned the sprinklers came on before, and then we lost the power. But fortunately, that gave me an opportunity not only to pay attention to Stacey and the weather, but to finish up the dish. Mahler.
Very impressed with your work on that one.
And I am very impressed with your work, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, and I almost forgot. We've had this lobster poaching over here, and
ready
good.
to go.
More food.
One more tail.
Lay Day at Roy's. Enjoy. By the way, Lay Day got started because in 1928, the Hawaiians figured out that only the tourists were getting lays. And really. And so they wanted real people to.
Now it's a huge celebration where all the keikis of the children get to come and celebrate. And they have a huge lay-making contest every year. And they inaugurate a winner. They have a princess and a king of princess of each island. It's an amazing thing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ty.
You.
And I got a little more work to do here, but I'm almost done. Marty, Isabel, back
here.
to you.
We'll come back to you later, Henry. Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Okay. Well, still to come on Cron 4 News Weekend, some comic relief. We're going to have